Alright, today I'm back playing EU5, and I'm going to be starting as the Ottomans right over here. So we are surrounded by some pretty big powers, but knowing how the Ottomans did in real life, I do believe we should be pretty strong. Alright, I can set a couple rivals. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to rival the Byzantines and maybe just Cyprus right over here. I think right off the bat I'm just going to build up some of my RGOs like iron right over here, and anything that just really has a decent bit of demand, or at least has a decent bit of pricing, like right over here with a 1.38. And I think that what I should do is just build these up and then maybe start kind of developing my capital Bursa right over there. I think I'm also going to institute some reforms and privileges right over here now. Just have to look through some of these just to see what might be the best for me. I think I do like this tax efficiency and less bank interest, so I'm going to go ahead and put that reform and then just kind of sit on it for now. I do feel like I want to get the jump on these guys, even though I do believe that they're slightly stronger than me. Yeah, I think that just trying to pick them off early and not letting them scale is a good idea. So I'm going to go ahead and do this Rise of the Turks, and this area is nearby my capital. So I'll buy a claim over there, and I think I'm going to declare war pretty quickly. Alright, I'm going to press my claim right now, and let's see here, take Biga. But it does say that they're a little bit stronger than me, but I'm guessing that's because the Germanids are kind of relying on their vassals to come up and help them. So I should be able just to knock them out the war one by one and just try to take them out separately. So I'm going to go ahead and declare that. Let's go ahead and raise all my levies and then just kind of have them group up over there. Alright, yeah, we did get their capital, so we're at 58% war score right now. And I think that what I'm going to do is just destroy any armies that I see and then finish up the rest of my sieges. Yeah, we just wiped out that army, so just need to start stacking up as much war score as I can now. And I'm going to siege down their city over here, and that should get me, I think, pretty full occupation of them. Alright, I think this is what I want to take for now. I know it's a lot of land, but it is close to my capital, so it should at least have a little bit of proximity. So I'm going to go ahead, take all that, and take as much money as I can. Should get a good bit of expansion, and it is a lot of antagonism, but I don't think it really matters as much. I think I'm also going to promote this guy to being the head of my cabinet, just so we can speed up integrating all these areas I just took over. I think I probably will, for now, improve opinion with the Byzantines just to get my antagonism down a bit. And Bulgaria should be one I need to kind of work on, even though they are fighting each other. It does look like that the Byzantines are getting pretty beat up by Bulgaria, so it actually might be a good time for me to try to make a play against them and try to go after a couple provinces of theirs. So I think I might do that, even though I have pretty high antagonism right now. We got a first siege off pretty easily, so what I think I'm going to do is just march straight on their capital and try and siege that down. Oh, we did get a battle started. I think that was their garrison in the city. So let's see how that goes. So yeah, we're wiping them out, so don't know where they just went, but they just kind of disappeared. Oh, we got another battle going. Should be able to take them out, yeah. We knocked out their flanks. And they have a lot more troops than us. Oh, and that just won us the siege of Constantinople. Alright, perfect. Alright, their armies have kind of come over here, so let's get another battle going with them. Oh yeah, we're destroying them, so should be easy, and should be able to siege this back. And then we might have enough war score to make a good peace over here. Alright, looks like they're trying to start a battle now, but it does project me winning still. Yeah, we're going to knock out their flanks. Alright, we're at 68% now, so I think I'm just going to siege this down, and then I should be in a good position to make peace. I think I'm going to take these islands and all this land right over here. And maybe... yeah, I can't take it anymore. Alright, I think I'm going to take all this and piece them out right there with Constantinople. And then I could dissolve the Patriarchate or keep it. I think I'll just keep it for now because I do want this maintaining heathen whatever. And then what I should be able to do is maybe sell them some of their land back and then make some free money off of that. Alright, I think I'm going to do this promote state religion parliament issue right here. Because it does say it'll convert like 20% of Constantinople over to my religion, so I think that would be pretty strong in just not having a very unstable capital. Alright, I did have a coalition pop off against me. It has Bulgaria, Serbia, Genoa, and a bunch of other people. And if I were to look at Bulgaria, they are still a little bit stronger than them, so maybe if I were to get an early battle off, I could be able to hold off against them and just try and defend. Alright, Bulgaria's first army has arrived, so I do want to start a battle against them. Looks like they are pretty strong in numbers there. Might end up being a close one. Alright, yeah, we should win this battle right here. Perfect. How many are we gonna get? Wasn't as good of a casualty ratio as I wanted, but that did get us up to 27%. So I wonder if I could go ahead and white piece this. I cannot. Okay. Alright, I think I can get another battle of Bulgaria up over here. Hopefully Serbia doesn't get involved though. I just need to focus on knocking out these guys, and then I can go after whatever else people want to get involved. Alright, now they're going to be busy sieging down that fort, so I can take back all these major areas and just continue holding right over here while they're busy with that. And I ran into another Bulgarian army without even noticing. Alright, I did get the Age of Renaissance pop-up, so I think I'm going to go down the military focus for now. And then just get a couple sieges off on Bulgaria right over here, just to get some extra war score up before Serbia takes this city, hopefully, though. They keep trying to siege down Edirne, even though they know I'm just going to come over here and destroy all their forces. Yeah, just completely basically stacked wipe them. Alright, I've taken a good chunk of their land now, and I do think I'm probably ready to peace out, so I think I'm just going to siege down Burgas again. I am kind of worried because Serbia is getting kind of close to taking over that one city over there. So I'm just going to pop off the siege and try and make peace, probably. Alright, I think I'm ready to make peace now. They are kind of close to taking over there, so what I think I'm going to do for this peace is I'm going to have them liberate the Thrace area and just give me a little bit of money. I think that's probably a good idea. Give me a little bit of a buffer against them. So go ahead and do that. And yeah, just made a little bit of a buffer state right here. And the coalition's gone. So perfect, just gotta cut them up. Didn't take any land, but I feel like that was pretty worth it for a war. Ooh, I could pick up a Casus Belli against Ahis. So I think I'm just gonna go, yeah, just do that. Pick it up a free CB. And if I declare war on them, looks like it'll just be us two. So why not? Alright, they do have a fort, so I'm just gonna probably sit down here and just siege that down, but really there's nothing they can do in this war. Alright, I did finish up sieging Ankara, and it does look like this one's actually trying to maybe become my vassal. Who is it? These guys? You know what, why not? Let's see if they're willing. Alright, perfect. Just got some free expansion right there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just full annex these guys. Take their money as well. It's a good bit of antagonism, but who cares? Alright, I do have a parliament going, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask for a law change to change the distribution of power. And what I think is the best for me right now is just to favor the crown. So that's basically going to effectively give me plus 30% crown power, because right now this gives me minus 10%. So I feel like that'll be pretty good. And I'm just going to let this parliament fail. I mean, I don't really want to give them any more privileges. Well, I could pick up the Karamanlis as a vassal too. Let's try that out. Alright, they did refuse, and I am getting another coalition building on me. Alright, yep, the plague has hit us, so I'm not looking forward to that huge pop drop-off that's gonna happen. And we got another coalition war with Bulgaria. Who all joined it? I don't even know if they have a border with us, so guess I'll just hold off against them again like usual. Oh, Genoa landed right over here. That's kind of funny. They don't have any troops, so should just wipe them out. This battle. Surprised he kind of held on for as long as they are. Either way, wiped them out. Oh, you'd have one province over here and a 0 troop army. So that was weird. And then just siege this down. I should just hold over to my west. Just make sure none of them try and land on me. Alright, I'm able to request military access through Zagor now. Go ahead and take that. And then now I should be able to start marching my armies into their lands and sieging it down a bit. Alright, yeah, we're definitely going to win that. Alright, perfect. So that should give me a good bit of war score. We're at 37%. And it does seem like there's going to be a white piece if nothing else happens. So that's not good. I want to head back here and help out my allies in this battle now. Alright, there's our main forces of army. So I think a good idea is to try to engage them one by one. And just knock them out in kind of like little bits before going after their main force. Alright, there we go. Let's go after Serbian army. First thing to siege this down, I guess, again. Alright, Bulgaria also started another battle, but should also be able to beat these guys. I overran their flanks and their center. So now we're at 69% war score, so when I siege this down, it should be at 70. And I think that should be enough to make peace. Oh yeah, I'm going to have them dismantle all their forts and liberate the Macedonian region, because that's the best that they're willing to accept. And can't take any war reps from them at all. But I think that that's fine with me. Yeah, I think that's fine. They're just going to lose a little bit of land and all their forts. So I feel like that's a pretty good peace deal. Alright, there we go. I think I'm going to pick up the noble levies law right over here. Just because I do want that extra levy efficiency and strength. So do hope that my nobles always stay happy with me while I slowly try to weaken their power later on. Right now I'm just going to focus on kind of developing my country. I'm building up some tailors guilds and basically all their little RGO resources that they use to make them. And it is getting up my my tax base quite a little bit. Alright, we have another chance for them to become our vassal, the Karamanids, so... Alright, yep, just join for free. Alright, I want to get another war going. So over here on Saurinids, or however you say it, I picked up a claim on them using the press claims option. So what I'm going to do is, I should be able to declare war. Oh, I'm going to have to go to them. Should be able to declare war for, yeah, take Saurahan, and should just basically curb stomp them. Start sieging down their capital. And then just really shouldn't take that long, I don't think. Alright, yeah, their troops did land back over here. So let's just get a battle with them and try to wipe them out. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to destroy them there. Perfect. And then just keep sieging down, I guess. Yeah, we're just basically just walking in now and destroying them, so should be able to get a full occupation pretty soon. Seeing what I can demand out of them. Could I get full annexation? I could. I could get everything. But that will give me so much antagonism. I don't think I want to do that. I think this is the best option right now for us. I'm going to take Sarahan and Smyrna and make the Aydin my fiefdom. As for these guys, I don't really care right now. I can go after them in the later war. And also, I don't want to get too much antagonism. So let's just do this for now. Probably going to end up getting another coalition anyways. Alright, well, I just got declared on by the Hamadids. I wonder if they got some really strong ally that I should be watching out for. It might be the Germanaids. It's probably... No, nope. They don't even have anyone strong. I don't know why they're just declaring war on me. Alright, I've been sieging up here in the north, and I think what I'm going to do is just try and knock out their armies and finish up sieging the rest of their land. The Hamidids, I think they say, have the Germanaids as a vassal, so I think for this peace deal, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Hamidids become a fiefdom of me, and then take a bunch, or however much I can, of their gold. And I think that should basically get me the Germaniads as part of this peace deal. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it did. Okay, perfect. All right, we had another coalition pop. This time it's led by Byzantium. So they have a pretty strong coalition built against me, so this might be kind of difficult. Okay, definitely the way to win this is to pick off all their forces kind of one by one and separate. So let's go after Wallachhia's forces over here first, or whoever this guy is. Alright, knocked out that group. Let's go after Bulgaria and Wallachia if I can. Just need to try and knock him out one by one. Alright, we did a little bit of damage to their forces, so that's pretty good. Want to go after Serbia now. Serbia. Alright, we just defeated them. And I think Byzantium has an army down over here. I might be wrong though. Yeah, they don't. They moved it over here. Okay. I'll head over here then, try to fight these guys. Alright, yeah. Caught Byzantium's main army, I think. I just need to make sure that they get out of like Western Anatolia. I want to kind of limit the battle over to Thrace. I can't let them take Constantinople and all of Thrace. That won't be good. Probably should have fortified here. Yeah, that's what the first thing I'm gonna do when I'm done with this war, is start fortifying Edirne and the Dardanelles over here. It's probably what I should have done. Alright, yeah, we're just kind of wrecking their forces now. So, could maybe even launch a counter-offensive kind of into Byzantium itself. I'm feeling a little bit confident. Okay, yeah, I did manage to take a little bit of Byzantine's land, so I think I'm just going to start pushing into them, get some extra war score, and see if I can... Actually, Bulgaria has 6.6k troops now. I think it's time I make peace, actually. Okay, they are starting to beat us over here. So what I'm thinking is I'm just going to go ahead and peace out. But for the peace deal, what I'm doing is I'm going to have them weaken them by liberating all these different countries and not taking anything, so it doesn't really give me antagonism, but it still weakens them a good bit. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. There we go, just balkanizing the Byzantines. Alright, I think I'm going to start annexing some of my subjects. So I'm going to start annexing this guy right over here, the Kandarids. Let's go ahead and do that. Shouldn't take too long to annex them because they are the same culture and religion. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and build a castle right there. Castle right there, just to get these forts up so that next coalition war, which I bet is coming, they won't be able to just completely break through and start flooding into Anatolia. Alright, I got a parliament going, so what I think I'm going to do is get a fabricate casus belli, and I'm going to go after, I think, this area that I liberated earlier, because I do have less people trying to coalition me now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and try to go for Evros. And then I should just be able to declare war and just take it and hopefully get a bunch of land off of that. And might have to fight a couple more coalitions. Alright, let's go ahead and declare war. We are a lot stronger than them, so this shouldn't be too bad. Looks like their first force is over here. So let's go ahead and try and knock them out. Oh yeah, just stack wiped them basically. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and try and siege down their local capital over here. Alright, we took that down. Let's knock out their little minor armies. And then just try to get a full occupation on them. Alright, looks like my vassals are just kind of flooding into them now. Working towards getting a full occupation, like I mentioned. And then I'm going to go for a 100% peace deal. So maybe I can take all of kind of Western Thrace over here and maybe do a bunch of damage to the Byzantines. Alright, I think for this peace deal, I want to kind of stay along the coastline, just so I can get that extra proximity and kind of still be able to extract a bunch of tax base out of it. But I do think that I don't really care about how much aggressive expansion I get this run, so I'm going to take as much as I can. Alright, yeah, this is going to make a bunch of people completely hate me, but I don't really care. So I'm just gonna go ahead and seize all this land and then just start integrating it. All right, looks like we got another coalition war. This time it's led by Chios, which is this tiny island over here. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and take their only area right over here, and then hopefully my 2 castles I built up will be able to hold back the main force of the coalition until I can move my forces up north to kind of deal with them. Alright, we're going to start a battle with these Bulgarians right here. Yeah, it looks like we are going to knock them out. Trading pretty well in the death ratios right now. And then I can just start focusing on these guys and I can start besieging my territory. Just gonna settle for a quick peace because there's not much I can really extract out of like that one little island nation. Alright, I do think I have enough war score now to make peace. So I'm gonna go for basically a full annexation of them. And because they're so small, it won't even do much for my antagonism, so it's nice to finish up that coalition. Alright, looks like I'm about to finish up annexing this area right over there, which I do think should just immediately give me cores, because I think when I annex it, it becomes integrated, and then they should be majority in my culture. So, yeah, there we go. Just got some more core territory up there. Ooh, the Great Turkic Migration. With much of Anatolia now under our rule, the land still bears the imprint of its Byzantine past, with many key coastal locations remaining predominantly Greek in culture, yet the tides of change are relentless. The decline of the Seljuk Sultanate and the aftermath of Mongol invasions have driven waves of Turkic migrants westward, seeking new lands and opportunities. These settlers would look to our Great Beylik for protection and leadership. Seeing an opportunity to reshape the region, we should encourage these migrants repopulating the coast of Anatolia and securing our rule over these lands. With each new settlement, the fabric of the region shifts, transforming it into the heartland of the growing Beylik. This Turkic presence strengthens our military administration, ensuring that the foundations of our state rest firmly upon a loyal people that share our roots. So it seems like I'll be able to basically invite Turks, so I'll start culturally assimilating a lot easier, I guess. See right here, invite Turkic migration. Must encourage Turkic communities. So, Turkish. Oh, I get to choose where. Well, I've been trying to kind of Turkify up here because the Bulgarians have been kind of annoying. So, I think I'll go for Edirne. And so 79 Turkish pops of oh, okay, that's perfect. That's great. That's gonna make this a lot quicker. Alright, I think I might try to build up a little bit of a navy now. Just to kind of have one. Don't really know what's a good navy composition, so I'll just build a little bit of everything. I think I'm gonna grab a claim now over the Bulgarians. And I think I'm gonna press that and try to basically carve out a little bit of it for myself through vassals, so. At this point, the Bulgarians and Byzantines are just always going to hate me from antagonism, so I might as well just try to weaken them as much as possible. And it looks like that Byzantines will also join them. Alright, that's fine. Okay, first, I want to take care of their armies, so I'm going to go ahead, try to catch a couple battles with them over here. Alright, yeah, we caught these guys. And they don't even have a flank, so it's going to completely wipe them out and just instant wipe them out. So we have 14k troops hiding somewhere, though, that I gotta be kind of wary of. Oh, actually, I could try and sink their ships out over here. That could be an idea. Alright, yeah, I just destroyed that ship, and I'm not sure if that just got rid of all of their... Yeah, I just killed all their troops they had out there. Alright, perfect. Go ahead and besiege Salonique real quick, and then I might try and separate piece the Byzantines out of this war, but the Bulgarians should be held up through my fort line defenses. Let me see, how much am I gonna need? I can just wait. Alright, I'm gonna start now kind of carpet sieging over here. Try to knock out all their forts because they built up a lot on our border, which makes sense. Alright, says we're gonna win this battle, so I'm gonna have these guys go reinforce up there, then see how this battle goes. I did not balance out my troops, but we should still be able to pull off a win. I keep forgetting to do that. That's just causing so many unneeded losses, I think. Is that a full annex? Okay, I can't full annex them yet. But what I will do is take all this over here, because that's only going to get me mostly aggressive expansion against Serbia, Wallachia. But yeah, I can beat all those guys in a coalition, so I could just expand all of this. Yeah, I'm going to do that. And just separate piece out Byzantium, so we don't have to handle them anymore. Can't take any money from them, but still a win. Now I'm gonna go ahead and enforce my religion on them, which will give them a lot of liberty desire, but I'm also gonna go ahead and give them a bunch of land over here, so shouldn't be too bad of a thing to do. So they'll still like me. Oh, I just had a revolution pop up. I probably should have been paying attention. Shouldn't be too bad to take out though. Let me see if I put any forts in them. That could be annoying. I did give them a fort. Okay, that's fine though. I just have to siege all this down. Alright, I just sieged down their capital, so end that revolt. And I'll just try to reconsolidate it all. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead now and embrace the banking institution. It's gonna cost me a good bit of stability and money, but it's pretty worth it. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and grant the burghers some privileges. I want to give them the building roads right, because I do think that that'd be beneficial, because I could save some money on that. But then I'm gonna have to also kind of sit down for a bit while these guys build up their satisfaction again. Alright, I think I'm gonna do a little change to my cultures now, because I do have higher culture capacity, so I'm gonna start tolerating the Bulgarian culture. And let's see, how high do I need to get to accept some cultures? Yeah, it's pretty expensive for all of them, so I think I'll hold off on that. I could start accepting them. It's only 1.67, so I might start accepting the Bulgarian culture soon. Alright, I think I'm gonna start annexing the Idanids over here. They have lots of coastal areas, so I should be able to hold on to it pretty well. I think I'm also going to enforce culture on my Burgas vassal up there. Start trying to assimilate it before I annex it later on. Also going to embrace this army institution, and then probably start trying to research my way into a professional force. Okay, I don't know what happened, but this area rose up against my vassal and it just kind of like broke away without having to do anything. So I'm kind of confused, like why that happened and like why it didn't fully annex. Yeah, that's kind of weird. Oh, I could ally Egypt. I feel like that'd be a pretty good thing to do. Yeah, definitely. And then I could probably go after the Eretnids if I can call in my ally of Egypt. I feel like with both of us, it would make us a lot stronger. I just got to figure out why he doesn't want to join. Finally embraced the Renaissance, so completely filled out the Age of Renaissance traditions or whatever right over here. Alright, another vassal integrated right here. And they're all cored, so should be getting decent taxes from all of them. Start annexing the Karamanids over here. And I also think I want to start building up a little bit of a professional army. So I'm going to build up some artillery units right here. Alright, the Age of Discovery has just popped. I need to look through some of these and see what might be the best. Because I might just go for an administrative focus over a military focus this time. Because I feel like I just need to focus on consolidating. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go administrative. Some claims on Bulgaria and go try a war against them now, because they're getting a bit too many allies for me to be comfortable. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and promise Egypt some land as well. Even though, I mean, they took this, I'll probably give them like one little tile, but feel like that could be a good idea for us. So let's see how this goes. I think I'm gonna focus my war a little bit in the west right now and just try to force peace out Naples. Could catch a battle with Bulgaria right here. I think I'm gonna do that. We outnumber them pretty highly, so I do imagine shouldn't be too hard of a battle. And yeah, they're taking a lot of losses, but I'm losing a bunch of morale as well. So I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I have too many in a stack. That might be part of it. But either way, I completely wiped out their army, basically. Alright, we're going to get a siege off over here. We're at 35%, so there we go. Finally took that area, and probably going to go fight some more Bulgarian armies. Alright, yeah, we just completely wiped them out right there. And what's giving them so much war score? It's defender ticking, so probably because I need to take this area right here. Alright, their main Bulgarian forces over there, so I do feel okay leaving behind a little siege army for now. Oh yeah, my allies already wiped them out. Then it's going to head back here and kind of hold on to the siege until I take it. And then I'm going to have to go deal with these Neapolitan forces. Actually, I think that my allies can handle them on their own. So that worked out for me. I can just keep on sieging down over here. I'm going to try to do as much like damage and like taking land against Bulgaria in this war, because I don't want them to scale up and get any stronger than what they already have, because they've been doing a little bit of expanding themselves. Alright, that is bad. They did kind of capture my back line a little bit. Gonna have to move into there. I was focused on finishing up that siege. I should have started a battle. Wipe out these Bulgarians right there. Then reinforce my lines. We're at 33% war score now. No, I wonder if Naples is willing to peace out. Yes, they are. Will they give anything? Will they give me Upper Macedonia and these regions right here? Will they give any war reps as well? Oh, that's so much gold. Alright, I'll peace out with these guys. Gives me a little bit of antagonism, but I'm okay with that. Oh, there's a huge Bulgarian army. Definitely want to get that. Feel like I should be able to win this battle while I just continue sieging down over here. Yep, there we go. I did end up winning that battle. So I'm just going to run back over here to reinforce my siege. I just don't want them to pick it off. Alright, I did end up winning that. So, not really sure that benefits me that much, but winning naval battles. Alright, this is going actually pretty fast for their siege on their capital. So I do imagine it'd fall pretty soon. Alright, perfect. We took that. We're at 50% war score. And I'm really close to getting a full annexation. I think I'm going to wait for that. I think I'm going to let it tick over a little bit. So this is the peace deal I'm looking at right now. Pretty big expansion. It is going to give me a lot of antagonism. But when I look at who I'm really getting it with, it's Bulgaria, the Byzantines, which doesn't matter, Wallachia, who I plan on attacking anyways, Thessaly, who's super weak, Serbia, yet again super weak. It's just no one who's like I'm all that concerned about. So I'm gonna just go ahead and take this peace deal right here and get that massive expansion. And I think that I'll keep that patriarch seat. Oh, we're huge. Alright, I've kind of organized my vassals into these 3 different states right over here. I'm probably only going to force them for now to kind of enforce their religion onto their people. But, I mean, shouldn't be too hard, I think, to manage these guys. Alright, I think I'm going to call it here. I think I did a okay bit of expansion. I mean, I feel like I'm close to what the Ottomans had historically. I know that I should probably start working on taking over these areas right over here, maybe a little bit up in this area, but for now I think I'm at a pretty good spot. If you did enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing, and let me know if you want me to make a part 2.